Is Remy currently fighting for her life? Did Claressa Shields actually send her to the ER following a violent altercation that left her? It was a full-on demolition derby, complete with lace fronts and high-end heels, and fans and security personnel were yelling for assistance. You know, what started off as a fun little gathering with canapes and personalized cocktails developed into a full-on bloody war zone. Taken out on a stretcher with a shattered glass rim, supposedly muttering, "Tell Papoose I tried." How did we get here in the first place? How can someone go from a celebrity feud to possible criminal charges and a hospital stay in less than 10 minutes? Occurred within those velvet ropes between Remy and Claressa Shields, and what did the cameras capture before everything went dark? Oh, don't worry. We have the anonymous security report, the club manager's sobbing voicemail, and the leaked video, and we assure you that none of these are alright. So, buckle up. Let's break it down. This isn't just drama. It's the demise of a Bronx legend and, potentially, the ascent of boxing's most adorable queen pin. With what was meant to be a magnificent evening honoring Black brilliance, Black aristocracy, and Black pettiness, undefeated boxing champion Claressa Shields and, following her most recent knockout victory, the queen of hurling shade in and out of the ring had just thrown a sumptuous afterparty, and the room was crowded with influencers, rappers, sportsmen, and enough ego to light up Times Square twice. But Remy was the one guest that nobody had anticipated or even invited. In retrospect, I wouldn't think twice about inviting Mackie Weds to that celebration, as if she were the honored guest rather than the former spouse of the current queen's fiancé. As soon as she walked in, the atmosphere was incredible. Everyone was staring at her, and the drinks stopped flowing. Let's quickly back it up for the folks in the back. Ruma's longtime partner in rhyme and crime apparently moved on from Remy after her, according to those who missed the past 10 episodes of this chaotic reality show. Claressa Shields, a lady who was essentially hired to knock, was the rebound when a rumored affair with 50 Cent went viral on social media. We assumed that the fight was boiling down because Claressa had been silent for weeks and Remy had been conspicuously absent from the group. Tonight, the spotlight only appears in hazy paparazzi photos of people wearing big sunglasses, looking nervous and exhausted, and tiptoeing around Whole Foods. Altered everything, according to some guests who have subsequently sold their tales to the most lucrative blogs. Remy showed up wearing an outfit that hugged her body, that shouted, "I'm still that girl with the diamond necklace in the shape of a boxing glove." She was subtle but not. Claressa was taking a quick bath when she realized that, according to witnesses, she was dressed like a VIP, drinking champagne and grinning with a try. If you so choose. Remy then proceeded forward to the velvet rope, challenging security to stop her. This is where it becomes spicy since no words were exchanged. Instead, Claressa just got up and took off her earrings. Yes, she arrived ready, and one anonymous source claims that it appeared to be the weigh-in before a title fight, barman, and I think I heard ring bells at one point when they were facing each other. DJ Clue reportedly stopped the music and fled the stage with his laptop after the next glass broke. A table flipped, and Remy allegedly hurled the first drink, an elite martini, too. To be more precise, she obviously misjudged Claressa's reflexes because the champion evaded it Matrix style and returned with the appropriate hook that caused Remy to stumble into a fruit display. Yes, there was a fruit display, and it exploded all over. The security crew attempted to step in at this point, but nobody is stopping a professional boxer with a grudge from grabbing a cupcake tower, so let's face it, why was it there? One crimson velvet fell straight over Ray's designer weave as Lav sieged it across the room, as if she were gunning for a championship belt made of frosting. Phones went out as the crowd gasped, and someone shouted, "World Star," and another said, "Not the lace front." At that moment, Pride and Remy, coated in buttercream, rushed forward with their heels in hand and screamed something about, "You stole my man and my moment." Claressa, unconcerned and unbeaten, sidestepped every blow as if she was doing a Rocky movie training montage. Depending on who you ask, this fight may have lasted anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Remy was reportedly whispering to her aide, "Call Papoose and tell him I'm bleeding internally," as she lay on the ground, holding her ribs. However, Papoose was reportedly observing from a corner table during all of this, standing motionless, bewildered and terrified. One anonymous attendee claimed that he was mildly aroused and that he was standing there watching his ex with a platter of sliders in his hand. His current attempt at it, which was similar to WrestleMania 39, until Manx finally showed up. The club was evacuated, and Claressa was let out without any obvious scratches. As for Remy, he was wheeled away with a grin that said, "Don't try me again." Glitter-shamed stretcher, and what one onlooker said was a wayward strawberry from the fruit display, but that's only the beginning, because what? The events that took place within the club were already terrible, but the fallout from the hidden audio recordings and the released surveillance film. Testimonies, oh baby, it's messier than a hip-hop reunion and love on fire. Believe us when we say that Claressa didn't simply throw her hands in the air, discarded her whole sponsorship agreement. Let's look at the receipts since the lawsuits, criticism, and damaged ENDS are still beginning. Since the video of the club fight shot from not one, not two, but 4 different viewpoints didn't remain in the vault for more than a day, let's talk about the aftermath. Internet quicker than Claressa's remark, someone's security-minded cousin exposed it to a gossip blog, which in turn leaked it to a fan page, which ultimately received. Cardi's nail technician shared it, and by the time TMZ attempted to add a watermark, it had already gone viral on TikTok with the message, "Rama just." The internet was in ruins after losing a fight and Papoose's custody in less than 60 seconds, with Twitter and Instagram exploding with hypotheses. But that wasn't even. The trash that is emerging from this story is enough to feed a 3-part delusion. So let's break this down investigator style. And a line of merchandise with a courtroom motif. To begin, the venue's main security report, dated 3:42 a.m., states that everything is chaotic. I am the physical conflict involving 2 well-known visitors and numerous injuries, including a barman who suffered a black eye from a flying object, is explicitly listed in the paper. In addition to a mimosa, there was a handwritten message that said, "One female guest declared I'm Rima, and I don't lose fights." An unnamed EMT from the site has apparently come out of the incident before sliding on frosting and falling into a DJ booth. It's awful, but it's also happening. Reddit, of all places, says that Remy was yelling in the full Bronx dialect and would not accept assistance unless Papoose was called personally. The other EMT whispered to me, "Girl, he's with the other woman," but I was screaming, "Where's my husband? I need my husband." Who simply body slammed you. The drama, the illusion, the bravado, but remember that Claressa Shields is not. She is a world champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and as of last year, the face of a well-known cosmetic company that will not be named. Rhymes with P. Fenny, and several purported insiders from that company claim that Rihanna's crew did not find the cupcake beatdown amusing. One unnamed exec allegedly sent Claressa's agent an email with the subject, "Think of this as your last round. We support strength, not street fights." Although it's not the corporate clapback, there are still rumors that Rima is threatening to take legal action. Yes, ma'am, she may be filing charges for assault, violence, and emotional anguish brought on by humiliation in public, according to a source close to Ray's team. Until this is settled, she is discussing lawsuits, restraining orders, and maybe trying to get Claressa barred from future fight promotions. Calling in a hateful ambush while posing as a party girl and interrupting her event, but the public has already taken sides, and let's just say Remy is not. Claressa was named Queen of Clapback Hill by Twitter after she prevailed in the court of public opinion. Memes are spreading more quickly than punches, according to one popular article. In the meantime, another Claressa didn't lose a single eyelash. Remind pulled up like a diss track and left like a voicemail. Even celebs are commenting on Remy's loss, saying that her last album was terrible. Snoop Dogg shared a laughing emoji with the message, "Remy should have brought a helmet." 50 Cent shared a video of the fight with no caption and only Rocky's theme song because of all. He did, and he finally broke his silence with the most peculiar thing ever. He posted a mysterious picture of a chessboard on Instagram with the remark, "What does that even mean, sir? Are you okay?" The queen moves in silence, but sometimes the king gets to watch the war. If you're being held captive by Clarissa's public relations team again, Clarissa's admirers are celebrating her victory in style online, even creating the photoshopped image of Claressa standing over a knocked-out silhouette with glitter in Remy's phony perfume advertisement, unbothered, is giving petty Olympic gold. But according to an alleged venue insider from Ray's camp, something darker is boiling beneath the memes and lunacy. Allegedly offered $25,000 in cash and 2 front-row concert passes to the security personnel in exchange for their silence about what actually transpired that evening. And the video is still leaked. Worse, there are rumors that the audio was recorded in the VIP lavatory prior to the altercation, during which Remy and Claressa engaged in a violent argument. "You took my man, you took my spotlight, and I swear I'll make sure you lose everything," Remy allegedly said at the end of that. Mic drop now, and Claressa allegedly said, "You already lost, I'm just finishing the round." Alleged stylists, nail technicians, Hooper drivers, and even a doorman are showing up to provide their version of events, and the blobs are foaming at the mouth. They anticipated it. One particularly dubious tweet from a former cosmetic artist said, "That day, Remy entered the glam industry and said, 'Don't do too much. I'm just going to. You stepped there and got your face rocked, girl, just to show off.'" But while lawyers get ready and the internet chuckles, despite their claims, it's still unclear if this was a planned fight or a chance altercation, as several sources now indicate that Remy was lured onto. Arriving since she received a surprise invitation to the party from a burner account posing as a fashion public relations firm, and when she arrived, cameras were already. If that's the case, rolling might be more than just a fight. It could be a full-fledged plot to make her look bad on the grandest platform. We're not dealing with a battle, but rather a trap, and the true fallout would be legal if Claressa had known that Remy would attack. We mean public apologies when we warn that things are going to get ugly, so that's where we go next. Threats, sponsorship fallout, and Ray's rumored ITU stay. Let's talk about fallout because what transpired at that club wasn't a one-night drama and may potentially lead to canceled deals and even federal investigations. Grew into a serious situation that even Olivia Pope wouldn't discuss. To begin, let's talk about Remy Ma's present hospital status, which is said to be. According to sources, she was taken to the emergency hospital with a severe psychological injury to her ego, a moderate concussion, and bruised ribs in a critical but stable state. According to an insider, Remy murmured to nurses in between painkillers, "Tell the world I was jumped. I ain't going out like that," even if her representatives are keeping quiet. Not punk. The security film of the girl jumping reveals only one woman, Claressa, and no other hands being thrown, therefore unless Ray's. Citing Frosting and Gravity as co-conspirators who have previously been found guilty of public filth. Weep adolescents have now joined the ring, and the Remy Ma camp has apparently submitted preliminary paperwork to press charges. This is where things become even uglier. Against Claressa for emotional distress, public slander, and aggravated assault. And guess what? Claressa isn't recoiling, according to her representatives. Does she deny any wrongdoing? If so, why is she preparing to countersue for defamation and breach of peace and wait for it to happen in a public setting? Space with the intention of upsetting Wu, not Claressa, who is transforming her remark into a legal one as well. According to insiders, both ladies have engaged highly qualified lawyers known. According to reports, Remy hired the same attorney who defended Cardi B in her notorious shoe-throwing incident to handle celebrity feuds. Forget courtrooms for a moment. Claressa hired a crisis PR firm that once resolved a scandal involving a specific supermodel and thrown foam, because the actual harm is occurring in boardrooms, where Claressa's sponsorships are in jeopardy. One significant arrangement, purportedly worth more than $3 million, has been. The brand issued a painfully bland statement stating, "We support strong women and peaceful protests," while discreetly pausing while an internal review was conducted. Resolves, "We are currently evaluating our partnership." Translation: "We appreciate the influence, but not the mayhem." Additionally, it has been rumored that Remy will not be attending 2 forthcoming events, including a prominent women's empowerment panel, and get ready for a motherhood podcast that was terminated due to a cupcake fight in which a producer allegedly texted her. Manager, Remy is out here getting folded like laundry, and even though we love her, she can't be talking about raising queens. In the meantime, social media has erupted into a conflict between Team Remy and Team Claressa, and TikTok therapists are examining the Twitter areas have been bustling around the clock with people yelling at one another about who should get punched and fighting like it's a Shakespearean tragedy. Who actually prevailed, followed by Team Papoose, who yes, now has his own following, believes he planned the entire battle to increase. One conspiracy theorist tweeted, "You guys really believe this wasn't staged?" Papoose the puppet is the brand and the victim for a future reality show spin-off. While the queens are tearing one another apart, the master is out here playing chess moves. Another person wrote, "He's in the corner eating sliders, watching the kingdom burn." That's big Scorpio energy isn't the worst theory, if I've ever seen it. However, right when we believed the drama had reached its climax and, according to an enigmatic Reddit thread created by a person posing as police enforcement, there is now an active federal investigator who walks examination of the venue for holding an unapproved celebrity event that broke fire regulations, noise restrictions, and neglected to disclose. The club itself may be closed since the city is allegedly considering this altercation to be a public disturbance, even though the drink service is excellent. Officials are not joking about elite events becoming public battlegrounds due to celebrity irresponsibility. One city representative has stated on record that we are not. This is not a reunion episode, love and hip-hop. These are major infractions. Let's now discuss the alleged financial harm that Glam Squad sent. Her $6,200 invoice for pre-fight hair, cosmetics, and designer attire was destroyed in a matter of minutes. According to reports, she declined to pay, saying, "You all didn't beat-proof it." Claressa's team has since sued for insurance coverage on damaged jewelry, a torn bow dress, and a bespoke shoe that broke a chandelier and blew across the floor. The club owner is accused of. In a voicemail to his lawyer that was leaked, he expressed his anger and demand for compensation, saying, "They turned my lounge into an M&A octagon. I'm done with celebrities next. This time, we're merely scheduling the bar mitzvah, but hold on, things get more complicated since last night." Papoose went live on Instagram. He sipped Hennessy, stared at the camera, and played Marvin Gaye's What's Going On for 8 minutes and 49 seconds. He spoke very little throughout that time. "You all keep trying to make me choose, but what if I don't pick either of them?" he mumbled as he went crazy, staring directly into the lens. People in the comment section were yelling, "You mean to tell me there's a third woman?" Clue caused a complete internet breakdown. "Respectfully, if you require rescuing twice, sir, this isn't about you. The women are in the intensive care unit, and you're performing gentle jazz lift streams. Please listen before we..." Finally, let's not overlook the documentary rumors. According to rumors, a big streaming service is already in negotiations to acquire the rights to Fight Night Remy vs. Claressa. The Bronx vs. Flint is a full-length program featuring behind-the-scenes video. In summary, Remy Ma is purportedly in the hospital planning lawsuits against Claressa Shields, according to interviews, and even AI-generated slow-motion reconstructions of the fight. Papoose may be playing 4D chess, or simply groping Marvin Gaye while Rihanna's team is somewhere cleaning Claressa off. They're still unbeaten, but might lose millions. The streets are watching their new campaign ad. The lawsuits are piling up, and the frosting is still being removed from the chandelier. Yet this narrative is far from over. Everyone, did we just see the decade's most brutal celebrity battle? I mean, Rima entered that club prepared to retake her crown, but she was taken away in an ambulance with red velvet on her forehead and no records. Claressa Shields did more than just keep her lover safe. She might have put a stop to Ray's entire post-marriage rebranding with just one cupcake and a right hook, and now we have corporate shade, leaf lawsuits, and ER rumors. This isn't gossip. Rather, it's a contemporary Greek tragedy in stalls, and the federal government may take down the entire venue. The actual question, though, is, was Claressa? Was it improper for her to fling her hands? Or was she only protecting her throne? Is Rima the victim of a conspiracy, the mastermind behind her own demise? And what in the world Caboose is the whole hip-hop hall of fame. Truly up to us. We must hear your opinion. Family gossip, share your theories in the remarks. Did Remy ambush Claressa? Went too far. Is the roomie's life coming to an end? The messiest or the Papoose saga? Section, but press the like button if the undeniable tea hit is what you're here for. Please subscribe because believe me, this story is still going strong and the drama only increases. Deeper from this point, and remember to activate alerts to ensure you don't miss the following lawsuit, the next leak, or the next casual lace front since when it. We don't drink when it comes to celebrity scandals. Vibe, and we'll return shortly with more detours and the reality that I wish to keep it a secret till the next time. Remain disorganized, inquisitive, and above all, remain